y'all? Welcome to Prime TV. I'm your host, Qiayel Howell. It starts with a Q, but it is pronounced Qiayel.
I like that.
And
I like that. Talk your stuff. It's pronounced with a what? A Q. Don't think a K, a C, or nothing.
yeah, it is definitely a Q for Queen.
There's no U behind it.
No.
Usually the U is silent. There's no U.
No you either. Today I have a very special guest with me. When I say musical genius, okay, musical genius. He does everything. He's a studio engineer, music producer, and he makes his own music. No other than the amazing Sam Watson. Go ahead.
Come here. Oh, let's not do the hand clap. We right here. When we get the audience, then yeah. We are here.
But yeah, I'm very, very, very excited.
Yeah.
For y'all who don't know, I mean, I removed the video. I might post it again. But me and him did an interview years ago. So this is more like a catch-up, like a check-in type of thing.
Check-in, how you been? It's been so long. It really has.
It has been some years. So you can go ahead and tell the people, just a little bit about yourself. Who are you?
Man, where do I start, man? What's up, y'all? My name is Sam Watson. From Muskegon, Michigan, from Ann Arbor, from Ipsy. I'm from a lot of freaking cities. Started doing music when I was 10, didn't take it seriously until I was 16. That's when I started tapping into engineering, songwriting, producing, all that jazz, and just becoming the person I am now. I've now got this name called The Wizard.
The Wizard.
I've been called The Wizard plenty of times before, but now I think it's starting to stick.
Yeah.
Because people are now calling me The Wizard, like straight up. It's like, oh, you got to go to The Wizard. I'm like, all right, I'll take it. I will take it.
You gonna make that your stage name?
No. No. Engineer name, maybe, like Sam Watson The Wizard or just The Wizard. Yeah, I can work with that.
The Wiz. That's what it reminds me of.
The Wiz. I love The Wiz.
Yeah.
That's the OG right there.
It definitely is.
The Wiz.
I love that movie.
I'll take it. I will take it. I will take it.
Yeah. Go ahead and tell them a little bit about the things that you do. Specifically.
To narrow it down in a box, I produce, I mix and match. I'm a studio engineer, so I do all of the above. I'm a vocal arranger, so which means basically I help arrange background vocals, whether that's from harmonies or just certain melodic choices in your verses or hooks, whatever the case may be. I also, what else I do? Did I mention songwrite?
No.
I do write songs for other artists if they ever ask me, if they ever need some type of idea of what's going on. Basically, I'm the whole package in one little sitting. Yeah. Basically, so I do it all.
Yeah, like I said, y'all, musical genius, just all around expert music here. Right there.
It took so long to get to this point, and I'm still learning, man. Don't get it twisted. Just because I know a lot now doesn't mean I'm not still trying to learn more new skills. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely trying to hone in new skills for sure.
Yeah. You can never stop learning. You shouldn't never want to stop learning.
I agree. There's so many ways to get the same results regarding engineering. There's so many ways to get the same results in different many ways. So and that alone, if I showed you or explained it to you, it would look like algebra or any type of math problems that you probably wouldn't understand. One day I'm gonna show you. You'll see what I mean. Like, what is that? What does that mean?
I would love to see that, to be honest.
Yes, pretty soon I'm gonna try to get my IG live stream so I can just stream the session so y'all can see what I'm doing, and then people will get better insight on what I do.
So I know you said that at 16 years old, that's when you started actually investing in your musical career.
Taking it seriously, yeah.
What was the point where you were just like, okay, yeah, I want to do this? Or what made you think about that? What triggered it exactly?
What triggered it was the constant of getting constantly asked, do you have any music out? Because I was performing at all my high school not competitions, but talent shows and everything, and all these people liked the songs that I made, but they could never find it. So I was like, I gotta get into a studio, which I've never been into. I never experienced anything like it before, and nothing like that. So it was just basically people just hounding me, put some music out, go to the studio and record it. So that's what really triggered me to be like, all right, I'm about to really go for it and see what happens. And then now here we are, 11 years later. Damn it.
Yeah. So who was your biggest inspiration in terms of for your music and then for your engineering?
I can definitely, as far as engineering goes, it started out with Jason Joshua. And Jason Joshua is a dope engineer who's engineered some of the songs that we all love. And I mean, his catalog goes way back.
Yeah.
So, but the song that made me want to get into engineering was Liquor by Breezy. The way the song was mixed down, it was so clean to me. I was so fascinated by how clean it was. So I'm like, I want to get to that level of, just mastering skills and mixing skills. And Jason Joshua was that person that did that. There's Leslie Brathwaite. He done Happy by Pharrell and a lot of other songs. There is 40, Drake's producer. He engineered his last few projects, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, he produced the stuff that also helped the idea of getting me into producing. But last but not Tizio, which is Chris Brown's new engineer, and he's been engineering his last 2 to 3 albums, and they're just so clean to me. So I've always found some inspiration over the years, and it keeps changing to some other people and other skill sets. So that's how I adapted. That's how I adapted honed in my engineering skills, just by tapping in with other engineers. And there's so many other engineers, like Mixed by Ali. He did Humble, Kendrick, like other stuff. It's stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? As far as just music in general, there's so many people to narrow down. Of course, Motown, anybody that was involved in Motown, you can name them all. Stevie Wonder, number one. Temptations, that I actually lied there. They're tied. Temptations, especially when the movie came out.
Yeah.
If we're talking about 90s, SWV, talking about Jagged Edge, we're talking about anybody in the 90s, honestly, Aaliyah, God rest her soul. If we're talking about today, there was a moment where Tank was heavy with the pen, especially. Breezy, of course, August Alsina, Jesus, so many. But just to narrow it down, those are some of the people that was really heavy in inspiration on how I make music and how I write music. Really, I'm just on the grind of just like building a reputation of, this is a guy that knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So, and it's a rare thing to hear. Coming from a lot of artists, because a lot of artists come to me say, I've been to a lot of studios, and mostly singers that would say this, but they wouldn't say, like, I've been to a lot of studios and they would never seem to really get the sound that they're looking for. And then they come to me like, somehow you just know what you're doing. I'm like, I know, because I'm a singer myself, because I know what you're looking for. I got you.
Yeah.
Even rappers be surprised sometimes, like, you know how to work. I'm like, yes. I don't brag, I don't do nothing. I just like, hey, if you know somebody that's looking for engineer, let me know. Let them know. Send them my way, and I got you.
Yeah, definitely. Your work speaks for itself, though.
Yeah.
Like hearing not just your music, but like other people's music that you've produced, it sounds really good.
Yeah.
So
I appreciate it.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah,
I really am.
It's like there's so much work that I've done over the years. People get this confused, mixed up. They think producing and engineering is the same. It's not.
Yeah.
Producing is making beats.
Yeah.
And some people, there's a level to that shit too, which is crazy. There's producer, then beat maker. Beat maker is basically you starting out.
Yeah.
And you just getting started. And then producer is just like it's official. You're full blown producing. You know what you're doing basically. So there's beat maker and producer, and then there's mixing. Mixing is basically you painting everything you needed to paint in. You know what I'm saying? Just getting all the colors in, whatever the case may be. Painting your full picture. Mastering is a whole different setup. Mastering is basically putting that shiny stuff that you put on the picture, so it can expose a lot more stuff that probably wasn't exposed before. So it's basically, I guess, what's the word? I guess I like exposing. So just exposing that whole picture and giving it more depth, if that makes sense.
Does it help that you're also a singer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I got perfect pitch, so when it comes to singers,
You have perfect pitch?
yeah. You know what that is?
What does that mean?
What does that mean? Perfect pitch. So let's just say you sing a note. I know exactly what note that is. I can just name it off the top of my head. Basically, like if you like instantly you see that color on the walls, you automatically say, "Oh, that's green." I know exactly what that is.
Yeah.
Somebody who's colorblind might not know what that is. So in this case, perfect pitch is like people who can see color.
Okay.
That's the best way I can explain it. You know, anybody that's colorblind, they like, okay, I hear this note, but I don't know what that is. I don't know what to name it. I don't know if that's right. I don't know. I'm unsure if that is even the right note at all. Whereas perfect pitch, like I know exactly what it is. I know where that goes. I know how you're singing it, blah, blah, blah. So for me, it helps tremendously. And I didn't know what this was until in middle school.
Who told you that you have perfect pitch?
A band teacher of mine.
Okay.
We was in a little. I was a woodwind. I was an alto sax. So
Same.
you know, I love that. Welcome woodwind.
I did tenor too. I like tenor.
I did tenor
better
too.
than alto though.
I had no choice but to switch to tenor because they didn't have tenors. So I was holding it down by myself.
Yeah.
The one tenor.
I love
So
tenor.
they had us in this section because we was practicing this one little part that the saxophones had to get down. And the teacher was going through individual people to make sure they executed this one spot. This dude played a wrong note and he was sharp. And what like sharp basically just it was pitched up, so
Yeah.
it sounded like it went to a whole nother note. So I was like, dang, that sounds like whatever note that was, I called it. And then the teacher noticed and he just said, so he had everybody play a note and had me guess what that note was. And then I was just like, it's that. It's that. And it's that. And he was just, hey, play 2 notes right here. You play 3 more notes right after that. And I get them all right just like that. And then he was like, you know what he got? Yeah, it's perfect pitch. I'm like, is that a good thing? The way he said it so seriously, like it was the results of a HIV test. Hey, he has perfect pitch. It sounded so scary. I'm like, is that a good thing? So when he explained it to me what it was, I'm like, oh, cool, I got perfect pitch. It wasn't like, oh, snap, I got perfect pitch. Yes. It was just like, cool. And then realizing how helpful that is.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That sounds cool though.
It
to
is.
have perfect pitch. That's
It's
like
so great.
having a photographic memory. you
Yeah,
know?
that's basically that's what it really is. It's a photographic memory of notes in the names of the notes. That's it. It's like you could sing the wrong note, but I can tell you what note that is.
What was one of your favorite songs that you've produced thus far?
That I produced.
It could be a song or it could be an album.
A song that I produced. This is a song it's a song that I made with a friend of mine named Qiayel Murphy. She's a huge social media influencer. That is crazy. She just texted me. That is wild. That is wild. The energy. I just called your name and you text me. That's wild. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So that's my friend and. She comes to me for producing, engineering, writing, all that good stuff. And we made this song called Lose You. We made a couple of songs, but recently I just finished a song for her called Lose You. And it's probably one of my favorite songs because like I'm always critical of my pen. I always want to make sure that my pen is actually pretty good or even greater than it was before. And with this one, she gave me a concept of, I said, give me a concept and I'll work off of that. She said, I want to talk about being in love with your best friend, but you're scared you take that next step and then it might ruin the relationship from that point, so I was like, okay, I'll go for it. And then I freestyled the crap out of it in front of her, like literally this is the mic and she right here and I'm over here and I just sing whatever comes into my head and somehow it was just working. And yeah, Lose You is probably my favorite. I'll show you after this one.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful song and it's a very relatable song. And she did such a great job the way she delivered every single note, the way she delivered the emotion behind it. I love every single moment of it.
Yeah.
It was a funny session, don't get it twisted. She is a goofy. But the results just came from great positivity and just kindness, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you say that's your most emotional song, or what would your most emotional song be?
Most emotional song. If it was me personally, the most emotional song I think I wrote was called "When." That was off my last project, Dark Rose. "When" was probably the most emotional, only because there was a lot of stuff going on in my life at the time, and I just had to let that out somehow, some way. So, as far as me, yeah, "When" is probably the most emotional. I lied to you. I lied to you. That's number two. Number one most emotional song, which is unreleased, is called "Dark Hole."
Dark Hole.
Dark Hole.
Okay. So do you think that you would prefer? Making music, your own music, or producing?
I've gotten this question asked to me, and I was always on the fence with that because, like, to me, in my head, I think I'm more successful in the production world, in the mixing world, because I'm a lot more active in that world. I was definitely active last year in that world more so than my own self.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm like, okay, let me flip it over. I put out a project, all of a sudden it goes wild somehow, or a certain song picks up and it just makes me like, okay, I got some traction going. So I've always been on the fence with that. I can never make a decision as to which one do I prefer. Sometimes I'd be like, okay, I need to be an artist because obviously I've always been an artist first. That would be probably the expected answer coming from me, but I couldn't do that no more. Cause I love doing all of it.
Yeah.
It may be a lot sometimes, or it might be a little stressful, but it's something that I've always wanted to do, was just like be successful in that realm. And now that I am being successful in that realm, which took a minute, don't get it twisted. Like when I started out cheap. Like I was so cheap, everybody jumped at the opportunity to work with me. And before that, I didn't know nothing about it. So to be where I was and be where I am now, it's just like, I love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
How would you say that your producing though specifically helps your music?
For me, it helps me really figure out what type of sound that I like for me. When I started out, I was just making music that was kind of relevant in that moment, whether if it was how DJ Mustard produced it, and DJ Mustard was taking over at the time. So it was kind of like, what if I want to match that vibe, or maybe it's somebody else. But just learning from other producers, that's what really helped me hone in the skills of producing. And then on top of that, I already knew how to play 10 other instruments, so piano was just already a given. So 10.
Name them. How many?
Let's count. It might be
many,
9, but 10. Let's start. Vocals, piano, that's my baby. Tenor saxophone, alto saxophone, baritone saxophone, soprano, only got to play that once, clarinet, guitar, drums, and a xylophone. That's 10.
Xylophone. Okay. Who would you compare yourself to, and who do people compare you to?
I had so many comparisons over the years. Back when in high school, I had comparisons of August Alsina.
Yeah.
When he first came out with Testimony and songs before that. It was him a lot, and I was like, you know what, I'm not mad at that, because some of the songs that I do write kind of resembles what he sounds like and what his music represents, because he be talking about some dark stuff.
Yeah.
So, and then eventually somebody said Eric Bellinger, and at the time I did not know who he was, and then I started looking him up. I'm like, I don't hear him.
Yeah.
I don't hear me sounding like him. I don't hear myself sound like him. And then I got Usher. I was like, okay, I get it, because sometimes I do the O. I'm like, yeah, I ain't hitting no notes today. I'm tired. Just it's one of those.
Yeah, echo.
Yeah, the acoustics. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. And then I would never, ever agree to anybody saying I sound like Breezy.
Yeah, I was about to say, my mom said that before.
I've gotten that. It's like, I could see if it's like, okay, you could hear Breezy singing this, versus, yo, you sound like Breezy. No, I don't. People always say I sound like Breezy. I don't.
I think the style of music in some of your songs do resemble something that he would record on.
Yeah.
But
you would. It's like if I wrote a song for Breezy, I would definitely write it how he would sing it or how he would write it. So those are demos. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was writing a demo and I wanted to write this for Tiana Taylor, I have to essentially become Tiana Taylor.
Yeah.
In this case, you know what I'm saying? Unless she's in the room with you and she's looking for something specific, then that's a whole different story. But
Yeah.
like if you decided to write a song for Beyonce, you would be like, I'm writing how she wrote in her previous project.
Yeah.
Like, you won't break my soul. Like, I'm gonna write a song just like that because she likes stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that is the process of songwriting for, at least for me, when it comes to like, I was like, if I was this person, how would I write it? Versus if it was me, how would I write it? Because I know exactly how I would write it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I think it's a way of challenging myself as a writer and as a singer vocally, because there's so many dope singers.
Yeah.
Crazy singers. And I'm not even just talking about mainstream singers. It's ridiculous. Like, LA is one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I cannot stress enough how dope LA is to me. So,
But so, who would you compare your voice to, though?
nobody.
Nobody.
Honestly,
It's very distinctive.
I'm not going to say it's distinctive, but it's just like, I don't think I can pinpoint it if I had to choose. It's like, it could be a mixture of, you know, once again, Eric Bellinger, a mixture of somebody else with an edgy voice like August. It could be an Usher song, but I would never say, yo, I sound like Usher on this track. No, I would never.
Yeah.
I would never.
What do you think is the most difficult part about producing or engineering?
The most difficult part about producing is trying to get out of the sound that you made prior. Trying to update your sound versus going that same route every single time. Like, if you like the way you go to work, you take the highway to get, or you take a certain route to get to your workspace because it's the most useful, versus you could find another way to get there. So it's kind of hard trying to steer off of that lane and try to like branch off of that and see what you can go from there. It's like, sometimes that's hard, sometimes it isn't.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to find that inspiration, or you can have somebody there with you that does something similar to you, but they just approach it in a different way. You know what I'm saying? So that can be difficult sometimes. Engineering, same thing. It's like, some songs are like really bright, you know what I'm saying? Like really bright to the point where it's like, okay, this is really a light mix. And that's the trouble I used to have. All my mixes used to be like really bright and light. Whereas some rappers didn't want their voice to be all light and beautiful. And that was my whole take. I'm like, I want it to be nice and clean. Some people don't want it clean. Some people like their voices sounding rough, edgy, sounding like more so like the old school hip hop type or the 90s vibe, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes you really have to open your ear and open your eyes to, there's so many other options. You can make your shit dark. You can make your voices bright. You can make your voices mid. You can make it muddy. You can make it whatever you want. And bright was the only thing I knew. It was like an automatic, like, I'm gonna make this bad boy bright.
Yeah. Let's talk about this feature that you just put out, though.
Yes.
DIB.
DIB, Do It Better, man. I was debating whether I wanted to change that title to Do It Better or just DIB.
Yeah.
And I thought DIB was actually a good attention grabber. And surprisingly it was. Like, if it would have said Do It Better, it just like, to me it's generic, it's simple, and there's nothing wrong with that. But DIB was a lot more simple, but it was just like, ooh, DIB, what that stand for? What does that stand for? And like, it makes people curious and want to say, okay, what does this mean? I'm gonna have to listen to the song and figure that out.
Right.
Versus somebody hearing, what is that song? What does that mean? You know what I'm saying? But featuring my guy artist, produced by me and my guy artist. And everybody wants to know, what is it? Some people had so much trouble trying to pronounce his name. It was just like, featuring RT $. Ritz.
Yeah, that's why I just said let's talk
Ritz.
about this feature.
So Artist, man, Artist is I've known Artist for years, and we finally, after so many years, got a collab together, and he's in Regime too. So Artist, I came to Artist about the idea. I had the idea already, and I already had melodic stuff already recorded production wise. And he's a producer too, and he's really dope at what he does. So I hit him, I was like, yo, I got this idea, I'm trying to go for this West Coast blast type feel, just a feel good vibe. And then he said, I got you. So he sent stuff back. It was just a back and forth thing, and then we finally got together and just recorded it at the studio. Now, this was back when I was in Southfield. So Artist came through and did his thing.
It's been that long?
Yeah,
Wow.
we recorded that in the summer when it was hot. But it was hot.
Yeah.
And what happened? after it took so long. It was so many mixes. It was like mix 12, 13, 14 mixes before I got it right to where I needed it to be. And still to this day, I'm like, I might replace it.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I was like, because I know I can make it sound better now, just learning a new set of skills.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I love that song. The song is a feel good. I wanted to come this year, starting off really strong and really lit. It's like, ladies, grab your man, grab your ladies, go out there and do the ballroom hustle. Go out there and do your other hustles, whatever y'all got going on. So that was the vibe. And then the rest of these songs, man, I'll show you once we're done with all this stuff. It's really great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Artist, man. Artist did his thing. I'm proud of you, big dog, because he's finally coming out his shell. He like, man, I've been in the cave and handling my own personal life stuff, and then now I'm coming out to shine, and now he's coming out to perform for the first time.
Mm-hmm. Is that tomorrow with you?
That is tomorrow with me.
Okay.
I'm performing other songs, but that song is one of the songs. Obviously, it's the new single. I have to. You got no choice.
Yeah, you got to.
You got no choice. Yes. So I'm really excited for him because he finally gets the shine that he deserves as well, and it might open up some doors for him to be like, you know what, I want to finally get on the stage too, and do this on my own time.
What's a piece of advice that you would give someone that wants to go into, producing, studio engineering, singing, any of it?
I will. Okay, so I've been having this conversation with a few people about this. Now, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with this. I will say, if you're going to do this and you want to take it seriously, take it seriously. But if you're just doing it for fun, just to put it out, if you're just making music to put out music, then do that. But don't expect nothing crazy to happen. Like, it might, keep in mind, it might, you know what I'm saying? You just making music for fun, it's just so happen to blow up, hey, go ahead. But don't expect that to happen if you're just doing it for fun. Or don't be around people that actually take it seriously
While you're doing it for fun.
while you're doing it just for fun.
Yeah.
So for me, I take it seriously. I'm at that point where I'm like, okay, you making this dope ass music and I'm helping you make this dope ass music, whether that's me writing, producing, or if that's me doing something along the lines of that. But you're not taking it seriously as far as like, okay, you put the song out, what you doing to promote it? Are you putting out a video, or are you performing it? Like, are you going outside to DJs and, having them play it at the clubs or whatever? Or what are you doing to make sure that everybody is, aware of what you're doing? It's like, if I don't see any type of change like that or any type of results like that, I'm 9 times out of 10, I'm probably not going to work with you. Like, will I make something for you? Of course. But if you ask me to help you write something and I write you a dog ass banger that could get you the Grammys type shit, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it, respectfully.
So
just, if you're gonna do it for fun, but do it around people that's doing it for fun.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna take it seriously, be serious.
Yeah. I mean, that would be a slap in your face, considering
It would be a waste of time.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two, a slap in the face, and it would hurt very bad. Number three is it would be. Somebody say disrespectful. I don't see it as disrespectful. I see it as lazy. And that's even reaching. That's reaching right there. To me, that's lazy. Like, you say you want this, but you're not doing anything for it.
Right.
I fell victim to that plenty of times before. It's like, I get it.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, yeah, it's one of them moments where you really gonna have to sit down with yourself and realize and ask yourself, do you want to do this for real?
Yeah.
Because it takes a lot. It takes so much. It takes one song. You put out one song, you might have to promote that for a year.
Yeah.
Actually, you will. 6 months. 6 months minimum. But for a whole year, I know somebody who promoted a song for 3 years straight, and it opened so many doors, but he kept pushing that same song because that song kept opening doors for him. And same thing with my other friend. Same thing. He had a song out. He pushed that out for like 2 years, and then he finally moved on to a whole new bag.
Yeah.
Because it opened up so many doors, and what could those doors entail? Like, you getting slots for performances that most artists would probably have to pay for. Or you going to a club and the DJ just so happen to know who you are and y'all got a cordial relationship and he or she just play your song automatically as soon as you walk in.
Yeah.
Or a host at the club and it's like, shout out to whatever in the booth or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? You could really get opportunities to do stuff. You can open up for people or hell, even be in the competitions. That's just one side. Another side is social media.
Yeah.
Being consistent on that front, you could literally gain the attention of not only just your local artists, but people, your local audience, but people outside of that. And those people can have connections to people who got the resources that you just might need to help push your career further along.
Yeah.
So it's so much behind it, but it is your craft, it is your brand, and if you believe in it heavy, you know, you don't have to be rich to let people know that you believe in your shit. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what most people get that confused. Is like, just because you got money, that's cool, but what you doing with it?
Right.
As far as how are you using it to invest in your career? And I rarely see that, or I rarely have discussions with people like that. And when I talk to them, it's just like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm investing in this, I'm taking trips. I'm like, that's dope. Live your best life. I ain't nothing wrong with that. I'll take a trip, but it's like, the least you could do is like, if you want a trip and it just so happen to pertain to what you're doing, like a song, like you're in the pool, you wrote a song about being in water. Hey, I'm on vacation. Tag your song in there. Easy. It's like this. It's small stuff like that. So consistency, being honest, knowing your business, and still learning the business, and then really just have a good team around you.
Yeah.
People that know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? You know, just really, really invest in that, and you'll see where it goes. Like for me, I'm now the wizard.
Yeah.
I finally got the level where it's like the wizard, and I'm getting people coming through. I've had people hit me up recently. I'm just like, wow. It's like I followed you for years, and you now hitting me up. That's crazy. That's dope. I'm looking forward to it. Whenever I hear celebrities or anybody hitting me up to work with me, I don't be surprised anymore. I don't get starstruck.
Yeah. Unless
it's people I really, really, really fuck with. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if it was LA and they just walked in, I'm like, oh, that L. L. Hey, I'm sorry. Or if it was Beyonce, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's only a few people that would probably get me starstruck in a heartbeat. I can name them, but I don't do it yet. Yeah. Yeah, but that's besides getting back on track. That's what I would give my advice to artists.
You can go ahead and let people know where they can find you on social media, some things that you got coming up.
I'm working on a new project that's coming out soon. Man, my new single just came out. D.I.B. man, Dib, featuring my guy Artist. Man, go check it out, man. It's a vibe. I love this song. It's a fun song. I got so many plans for that song, man. It's ridiculous. Yeah. And then once again, I'm working on a project with Dib. Dib is going to be on it, but this project is going to be a lot more mature than my last project. So I'm looking forward to it. And I'm planning on doing more interviews with her if she ever is open to do more. You can find my music on all streaming platforms: Apple Music, Deezer, Tidal. That is a real thing. Deezer. I don't even know what Deezer is. Pandora, everything. So I appreciate Miss Qiayel.
I be trying.
She be trying. She doing it, man. I'm the same way. She being too humble, man.
What you mean?
There's 3 words this year. There's like what is everybody had? What's your word of the year? I said 3 words. Fuck me, humble. Time to talk your shit.
That's all I have for y'all today. I hope y'all enjoyed this interview. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. The whole interview is going to be on Spotify, and then y'all seen it now. Make sure you guys follow him. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms.
See, it's too cold for this.
And
you over there mumbling words.
if you want to get paid to go shopping, I'm gonna have that link at the bottom in the description as well. That is all I have for y'all, and I'll see y'all in my next video.
Yes, sir.
Bye.
Yeah.